What's up, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and the broader markets. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I'm saying as financial advice whatsoever. So as far as the market's going, I just want to mention that so far Tesla's holding its key support, and we're testing this 440 area. So far, we've tried to hold this. Now, if we lose this, it's going to be a bad sign, and Tesla could be dipping to fill this gap back down to about 434. But if Tesla holds 440, there is potential to bounce off of this to try to go a little bit higher. So we're going to be watching this very, very closely as we're seeing Tesla holding up quite well. Tomorrow, we also have Tesla's shareholder meeting. So hopefully we do see a nice move on Tesla. We have two gaps. There's one down here and one up above here. I would like to see Tesla hold support and try to bounce if we get some good news. So we'll be watching this very closely. Now, one problem for Tesla is there's a lot of negative news coming out. As you guys know, one of Norway's top sovereign wealth funds has rejected Elon Musk's pay package so far, saying that they're going to be voting against it. And then there's been more pieces of news coming out that Tesla sales are declining in Europe, throughout Germany, the UK, and many other areas. So, not the best of news so far. I think that's part of why Tesla's a little bit lackluster. But with the market bouncing, that could help Tesla try to rebound. We're currently very flat. I'll be watching that very closely. Now, two more things. I just want to mention that we got our data at 9:45 a.m. The S&P Global Composite and Services data was all very close to expectations and not too bad. But then as the ISM services data came out, this was all quite decent. Basically, the services PMI was above expectations. Business activity showing some strength, and employment is still holding up well. Only services prices went up, which is somewhat inflationary. But other than that, the data is quite decent. That's why the market is bouncing. So Tesla on the 4 hour is looking like this, but when you zoom in and look at the 30 minutes time frame, for example, you'll see that it's trying to base right here after we filled this gap. So we're watching 440. If that fails us, there is a risk of us coming down to fill the gap that's left over here in the 434 area. But as long as 440 holds, we could be looking for a rebound attempt for 450 plus, especially as SPY and the QQQ are continuing to push. So watch your levels very closely. We're going to be watching to see if 440 holds. If so, I could be looking for a 448 to 450 retest on Tesla for a temporary bounce. There's a good chance we try to bounce looking at the current setup, so I'll be watching this very, very closely. So as of right now, we're holding up nicely, and with the market bouncing, I think Tesla could continue this bounce, and I think that we might attempt to rebound from here. Now, for other tickers like SPY, we're looking bullish. We're trying to break 678. As long as we don't do 675, I think we're looking fine. And if we break 678, there's going to be an attempt to push for 681 to fill this gap. On the QQQ, as long as we don't lose 620, I think we're looking decent. And if we could hold above 623, there's a good chance we try to push for 625, then the gap fill for 629 for some temporary upside on the triple Q. On the IWM Russell 2000, we ended up bouncing near 240, which is a good sign. We also have a gap to fill up here around 245, so we could be looking for more upside. On ES, we're also looking more bullish as we're trying to hold 67.64, so this could be favoring 68.36 or above for some temporary upside as well. NQ as well, it filled the gap. Now it's bouncing off its very important support right here. So it could be looking for 25,800 plus for more upside, which would drag the market higher. Bitcoin is favoring 105,000 plus. And with the market bouncing, this could benefit Tesla. We're holding above 440 well, and I would just want to see us hold that to bounce back up for 448 to 450 or above for a temporary move up. In case we lose 440, don't forget there's a gap down here to fill, but I'm hoping we just bounce from here. There's a good chance it tries to do that with the market trying to push, and we could be looking for the 450s again on Tesla as long as 440 holds. For Nvda, we're trying to bounce. I want to see us hold above 201. If so, we're looking for this gap resistance at 204, and the gap fill for 206 is our targets. For Aapl, we're consolidating. We could be looking for 272 as our targets as well. AMD is going to likely retest 252 for a temporary move up. It's kind of like consolidating up here, but it's trying to push simultaneously. For others out there like Palantir, we pushed and started to dip, so we're just consolidating right now. We have resistance at 190 and support at 185, so we're stuck in the middle. For Coinbase, we're also trying to rebound. We have this resistance to watch for at 320, and we're going to see if we continue. Amazon's consolidating. I want to see us not lose 244. As long as we hold above this, we're going to be favoring 250 plus. Meta has a falling wedge it's breaking out of right now, so it could be looking for an attempt for 640 plus. Google's also trying to bounce here, looking for an attempt for essentially 286 or above for some temporary upside. And then Microsoft is range bound between 515 is our resistance and supported 510. So we're going to likely continue to consolidate before we try to go higher. Last but not least, the VIX has a double top rejection, so there's a gap to fill down here in the lower 17s, which favors downside, which implies the market still has upside, which is going to cause the VIX to dip. The potential is there for the markets, and hopefully this helps Tesla to bounce. Let's see if 440 holds. As long as that holds, we're looking for a nice rebound back into the 450s. We'll see if Tesla holds support. So watch your levels just to be safe. In case we lose 440, though, in case there's another bad piece of news, there is that gap fill. But I'm hoping we get some kind of bounce either approaching or after the shareholder meeting. That's what I'm hoping for, depending on how things go. So there is potential in Tesla. So watch your levels. Be very, very unbiased. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for listening and peace out.